Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Al Jazeera reports that Yemen's Houthis have launched their first attacks on Israel, marking a new and dangerous escalation in the ongoing U.S.-Israel war on Iran, now in its second month. The Iran-aligned group used missiles and drones, pledging continued support for resistance fronts across the region. This development follows Iran's actions in throttling traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, raising concerns that the Houthis may once again disrupt shipping in the Bab al-Mandeb Strait, reminiscent of their actions during Israel's war on Gaza. The conflict, which began on February 28th, has already resulted in significant bloodshed, with Iran reporting nearly 2,000 deaths, including 230 children, and over 93,000 civilian properties damaged. In Lebanon, Israeli attacks have killed almost 1,200 people since early March, including journalists and paramedics. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio indicated military operations against Iran could conclude within weeks, while President Trump extended a deadline regarding the Strait of Hormuz. Amid fears the conflict will spiral, Pakistan is attempting to mediate, hosting regional foreign ministers and securing passage for its vessels through Hormuz. Al Jazeera reports that Iran has issued a warning of retaliatory attacks targeting U.S. and Israeli universities located in the Middle East. This threat comes as the U.S. and Israel continue their military strikes on Iran, which have reportedly resulted in the death of a family of 4 in Bushehr province and damage to a water facility in Khuzestan province. Concurrently, Yemen's Houthi group has launched a second wave of missile and drone assaults on Israel, vowing to persist until Israeli attacks and aggression cease. Meanwhile, anti-war protests have been observed in Tel Aviv and various U.S. cities, reflecting growing regional and international tensions. According to John Sinwan, the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, announced on March 28th an assessment that they are on track to complete strikes against almost all key Iranian military-industrial facilities within the next few days. IDF spokesperson Effie Defrin stated that these operations are intended to decimate the majority of Iran's military-industrial production capabilities, emphasizing that the recovery period for such capacities would be significantly prolonged. The IDF highlighted the extensive nature of Iran's defense industrial complex, which is involved in manufacturing a wide array of weapon systems and their components. These include ballistic missiles, sophisticated air defense systems, naval weaponry, advanced cyber warfare equipment, and military reconnaissance satellites. Since the commencement of military actions by the United States and Israel against Iran, the Israeli Air Force has reportedly executed. Toyota Motor has announced a significant reduction in the production of vehicles destined for export to the Middle East, citing heightened tensions in the region. The Japanese automaker plans to decrease output by 20,000 units this month and an additional 24,000 units next month. To accommodate this production cut, 5 assembly lines across 4 of Toyota's factories in Japan are scheduled for a temporary halt in operations next month, according to sources familiar with the matter. These affected factories are responsible for manufacturing models highly popular in the Middle Eastern market, including the Camry sedan and the large Land Cruiser SUV. This news was reported by Destin Depley Tua. UPI reports that Bank of America has reached a $72.5 million settlement with survivors of deceased sex predator Jeffrey Epstein. The agreement, disclosed to a federal judge on Friday, aims to compensate victims who were abused or trafficked by Epstein or individuals associated with him between June 30, 2008 and July 6, 2019. The class action lawsuit, brought by a survivor identified as Boa Jane Doe, alleged that Bank of America continued to provide banking services to Epstein despite clear signals of his illicit activities. While the bank denied liability and wrongdoing, it opted to settle to avoid a trial and provide closure to the plaintiffs. This settlement follows similar agreements by J.P. Morgan, $290 million, and Deutsche Bank, $75 million, contributing to over 437 million Etzkalsreitet Gone back pos mating bold. Bank Prize, $190 million, $90 million, $75 million, contributing to over $437 million in compensation for more than 1,000 women victimized by Epstein. The settlement is scheduled for judicial approval on April 20. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.